Right. Finally, we're live. Oh my god. Hold on, let me just get. Oh, there we go. I had to get comfy, but it's all right. We're here. I don't know what that buzzing sound was up from my phone, but oh, it's an email. That's nice to know. YouTube telling me that I'm live. That's nice. Oh, right. No, I do not wish to end the stream. I almost ended the stream on accident. Oh dear. Oh, that's nice to know. My Discord actually pinged it. The Discord actually pinged the fact that I've gone live. Oh joy. I also fixed my avatar, by the way. Now my avatar doesn't do a spasm. So, yeah, we'll just wait for a few people to get in. Let's hope people actually join. If people don't actually join, I'm just gonna ramble away, and people can join if they choose. You know, I mean, meh. If people join, they join. If they don't, then they don't. I don't know. I saw the whole thing, lol. Lovely! Fascinating. Yeah, I'm running. You're probably wondering why that is. I was just prepping a score. I actually have my username on Discord. I have my display name on Discord as Score Prepper. Do not interact. But I forgot to. I completely forgot about the time moment. Oh, because it's in landscape. I don't know where else to put it. So yeah. Right. One moment. Oh Jesus. Right. Okay. Let me just. Oh shit! Don't drop the keyboard. Don't drop the fucking keyboard. That would be a fucking nightmare if I did that. Right. Let me just save this. You'll be surprised to know that I did in fact. Well, I mean, I do in fact have a couple of things to go over before I go into full blown ramble mode. Right, well, I've saved that. You may have you may have seen that a few days in advance I put out a little community well, actually no. Yeah, no. I put out like a little community tab thing which was like, you know, talking about the stream but also asking about, like, you know, saying that if people wanted to like send in questions to ask me, they can do. And believe it or not, I actually did in fact get a question for it. Yo, no way. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull it up on my laptop. That way I'm not running the risk of my phone crashing. Because believe it or not, this phone does fucking crash. It's bad. But we're here. Whilst we're waiting, you may have seen that like 2 days ago, this rant video, which was like Muse Group, the people behind Muse. I'm gonna give a whole bit of context a bit randomly, and I put it on private for reasons I'll get into in a moment. But so I was casually just scrolling on MuseHub. I thought, okay, we're gonna scroll on MuseHub. If you're wondering what MuseHub is, it's where I get... Hello, composer donkey! See, the funny thing is, I could read it in a I don't know why I somehow managed to imagine that just in the Shrek voice, probably because of the username. But anyway, welcome. What was that? Oh yeah, Muse Group, MuseHub, all that. If you don't know what MuseHub is, it's basically a place where you can get like instruments, like, and a couple days ago, when I looked on there, I had a glance at Spitfire Symphony Woodwinds, which I've got. I've got them now, by the way. I had a glance at it, and it said that it was 70% off. Yet the price was the same. I was confused because, like, what? Just like, what? But anyway, so then I clicked on it, and I saw that the inflating the prices. Yeah, they're inflating the bloody prices. So I put out a rant video about it. Anyway, so that happened. Rewatch in the video. I was a bit. Let's just say I was a bit harsh on the people who run MuseHub. I called it a scam, right? Now, when I get annoyed at something because it's changed, I am very bad with change. I'm not very good when it comes to like things changing or whatever. When I get angry, I just say anything. However, looking back on the video, I thought, okay, I think what I said there, calling them a scam, is a bit harsh, given the fact that originally this type of thing, it's like, well, let's just say it's more than a rented house. That's how expensive we're talking. It's more than a rented house over here, which is like, what, 300 quid? It's more than that. So, yeah, looking back, I thought, I can't just say that, it's harsh. So I decided to delete it, and instead replace it with on my laptop, and I'm gonna just, because I did in fact get, like, someone actually did in fact put out a question that they wanted to ask me. Let me just load up my channel. I'm very prepared, as you can see. I'm very prepared. I don't even have my bloody channel open. I had a brain fart then, right? Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I'm on my channel now, and it actually does show the thumbnail. That's nice. But yeah, as you can see, though, compared to last stream, it is actually, I actually have, like, well, I don't have a spasm anymore whenever my character talks, or just randomly when my character just has a fit all over the place. If you want to witness that comedy, by the way, you can actually go back and just look at the live stream attempt video. Okay, right. Oh yeah, because right, talking about the Muse Group thing, You know, I actually did. Oh yeah, I put out a thing about it yesterday, just being like, yeah, I'm taking it down. But that that that's not important right now. Oh yeah, second channel. I have a second channel, as you may have read. Now, I know some of you are probably going to be thinking, why have you done that? What's the point of the second channel? And the point of it, I made a second channel, right? Mainly because stuffing everything all in one like space, it's cluttered. Like, for example, there isn't really that much distinction between what's just a video of me rambling and what's an actual video of my music. And looking at YouTube on my laptop, you can't actually see which one's actually a track and which one's not. I mean, if you use a bit, if you think about it logically, you'll be able to distinguish between the two. But so I decided to make a second channel, which will be for more of the talking. So then I can do not only that, the one that you're watching now. Because the one you're watching now is more music oriented, I have like a bunch of like music related stuff. The second channel is going to be less of that as well. I want to do more branching out, let's say, and then when I can get like, to put it bluntly, so then I can get more of an audience and then more people can listen to my music. That's basically what it is. I'm not. Hey, Mark. Hi, what's going on? Oh, what's poppin'? But yeah, second channel. Like smashed. Smashed? Don't you mean smoshed? Do you mean smoshed and not smashed? Well, I'm kind of confused. What do you mean? Wait, what am I on about? Smosh? It's supposed to be smosh. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, so I have a second channel, as I've just said. It's just so then I can, like, branch out a bit. Wanna... Because you may, if you've been around long enough, you may have seen that one video where No, not one video, what am I on about? One community post. I put out a community post that was like, okay, I want to do videos that are not music related. And then as you may have also read, I went against that. And the reason I went against that is because my friend pointed out to me that it was basically nah, it just wouldn't have worked because it'd fuck with the algorithm. Now, I'm not one for like. Usually for me, I don't know if you've noticed, right? My videos, apart from the Wolf and the Vixen one, that's an entirely different story, and maybe Mario the Music Box content, that's different. You may have noticed, I'm not exactly popular, and that's because I don't go by the algorithm. Why is that? Well, the simple reason for why I don't follow what the algorithm wants is because I'm not going to feed into the YouTube algorithm. I don't like the idea of, like, I don't like the idea of doing what everyone else does just simply for views. I want to do what I want to do in my own right. I want to do what I want to do. So that's why I don't follow, like, traditional, what everyone's doing currently kind of things. I do what I want to do. And if people like it, that's good enough for me. If people don't like it, well, just click off the video then, innit? But Oh, I went British there, innit? Anyway, yeah, so occasionally, I mean, yeah, there is, I mean, okay, there is that one video where I basically talked about why I left Twitter, and that was kind of a trending thing at the time. But that was because I wanted to put it out there why you know, everyone else was giving their experiences of Twitter and talking about it. I thought, fuck it. Just this once, I'm actually going to listen to what people are talking about. Mind you, yeah, okay, fair enough. Not a lot of people are watching it, and that's fair enough. Again, if people watch it and they like it, fair enough. If people hate it, then also fair enough. Just don't watch. Just click off the video. Anyway, second channel though. Like I said, second channel. It's going to be like a similar thing where I just do what I want to do, for the simple fact of it. But it's going to be more laid back. I've actually already got 5 subscribers on it, so hey, I mean, we're good. Granted, I don't have any videos on it yet, so I don't know when I'm going to do like a first video on it, but I do have ideas for like the first video, and it is funny. So now, how am I? Now I know what you're probably also thinking. I'm just covering all this before I actually get into like the main thing, which is the questions, right? But like, Jesus Christ, talking about the questions made my brain go. We were talking about like the first video. Like, you know, I know people aren't gonna. I know that not a lot of people are probably gonna subscribe just yet because it's not like there's no videos on it yet. But anyway, just before I. Anyway, you ever wonder what recording? You ever wonder what it's like when I record my videos? This is exactly what it's like. I just ramble. I ramble away, and I just edit it down to like a sizable chunk. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about the Discord. I was going to talk about the Discord server. So, because I have the second channel, you're probably thinking, well, how are you going to ping everyone? How are you going to ping people for when the second channel uploads? And the answer is, I'm going to do it myself. Unless, of course, I mean, I could ask people if they could like monitor it and then they can ping for me, but like, I feel like that would be lazy. I want to do it for myself. Granted, I'll probably forget, but you know, yeah, no, I probably will forget. So yeah, what else were I gonna talk about? Oh yeah. So because I'm gonna be pinging in my own, because I'll be pinging for my like the second channel videos, because I don't want to just yet. I don't want to put like, I don't want to make like YouTube role in the disc one before the paywall started. And I can literally show proof of it. this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous because like I mean it's good, but at the same time it's also ridiculous because well I can't change it, and I don't want to change it at the same time because how are people gonna know when I upload? I mean I could just do it myself, but I'd rather do that for the second channel anyway. So yeah, new video on excuse me. Second. Hold on, my brain is not braining. Give me a minute. First video on my second video on the first channel. Yeah, that makes sense. We're good. That's good. That's going to come out soon. I have my ideas, and look, it's not going to be anything special. It's just going to be like a welcome to my channel kind of thing. But I want to do it in like a really funny way. Because I know some people will just be like, hey everyone, welcome to my channel, expect this, this, and this. Nah, I'm doing it more funnier. Right. I can't believe I spent about, 10 minutes trying to, explain that? Oh my god. So, we're going to go back to the community post, because now we've had that little diversion. And we actually do have... Oh, I went up to... Wait. 989 subscribers. Lovely. That's lovely. Anyway, ta very much. Anyway, going to this community post. As you may have seen, it reads, I make all in and I answer them. I got a total of 1 comment. But it's okay, because 1 comment's better than none. Anyway. And it's the good old question of, what is your favourite type of apple? I'm kidding. To some degree. Part of it is, what is your favourite type of apple? But then they put in this is a guy called Try the Roach Burger, in case you're wondering. And they said, what is your favourite type of apple? Let me just... Right, let me just quickly go into the Discord, and... I went past the questions. Oh wait, no, it's just called Ask Me Anything. I went past the Ask Me Anything channel, right? It's literally almost the same question, which is just, what got you into making music, right? So I can literally just combine the two in... Oh wait, no, it's literally the same thing, so... In a way, I'm answering both of the questions in one, because it's literally the same question. Anyway... The thing that got me into, into music, it's almost like a massive reveal, really. I'm being dramatic when I say that. Right, the thing that got me into, into music is, one time, I was sat there on my bed in my old house. I moved out. In my old house, I was there sat on my bed with headphones in, and I was listening to... Wait, no, let me just go a bit further back. I was sat there on my bed with my headphones in, and then I ran, listening to music. I don't remember what it was exactly. I was just listening to something. I can't remember. It was probably some indie game, like fun indie game song from like Dad Games or something. And then a random thing popped into my head. It's just, oh, film, which was the 2013 version of The Lone Ranger, which was made by Disney and had Johnny Depp in it. Yeah. Well, I somehow I managed to remember the music of that, and I was trying to find the soundtrack for it. Hold up, I didn't know you were moved. Hang on. I just realised I haven't been looking at the chat. Oh dear, I'm a very bad streamer. Anyway, hold up, I didn't know you were moved out. Last year? No, it wasn't. Before, it was 2023. I moved out of my old house in 2023. Where was that? That was redacted location. I'm not telling you that. Because it's the same. I moved literally down the road, but it's in the same area. I'm not saying where it is though. Ha 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 ha. I keep my own anonymity. But yeah, no, I moved out in 2023. It was a bit of a crap house. it was a bit crap. But anyway, where was I? I have a shit memory. Me and my girlfriend have one thing in common. We have a very bad memory. Don't tell her I said that. It's funny because you don't even know who she is anyway. So I would have laughed if she messaged me at the perfect time. Then she hasn't. But I do have notifications. Anyway, oh yeah, I was talking about the Lone Ranger 2013. Anyway, so my mind was like, "Do you remember the Lone Ranger 2013?" And and then I remembered when I was younger. Right, when I was younger, I used to do this. Had this habit. I don't know if it was like an autistic stim or not, but I used to have this habit where I would just hum. Like I'd hum random music I heard. It drove my sister insane. What were I? Oh yeah, soundtrack. And then I listened to it, and yeah, I fell back in love with it. And if you don't know who composed the soundtrack for that film, which was funny enough a box office bomb, it bombed. Rip. It's Hans Zimmer. It was Hans Zimmer who did that music. And that was when I fell down the rabbit hole of film music, and then I thought, oh my god, I want to do this. And that's actually where I met. Around that time was when I met Typo. And if you don't know who he is, he's the second composer guy on the well, actually technically he's the first composer guy on the Outbreak Theatre thing. He wrote the theme. I basically arranged it into different things. Anyway, he that's when I met him at the time. It was story though. We actually exchanged Discords. I don't know if the video is still up. It might be gone, but we exchanged Discords on a YouTube video, which was a shitpost of Sheen from Jimmy Neutron. Oh my god. I think it was the Ultra Lord. It was like an Ultra Lord shitpost. I think it was like Ultra Lord, but it was vocoded to the American national anthem or something. I can't remember, but so we exchanged Discords, and I actually hang on. Let me just very quickly. Let me just make sure that I want to go onto my channel just to make sure that the stream is running fine. Because I know what it'll have. I know what it's like sometimes. It just doesn't like to bloody listen. It just likes to lag. Well, that's nice to know. It's not actually lagging or anything. I am gonna mute it though because well, I don't want to hear myself, and I don't want it to pick up on the. I don't want it to pick up on. It'll sound weird. One moment. Okay. Anyway, just ignore the fact that it's buffering. I can't do anything about that. It's just a reality that my internet is actually shit. Anyway, yeah. So me and Typo, we both met on a YouTube comment section, and I had to reply to one of his comments. You can actually still find it. Actually, search up finale from the Lone Ranger on Two Pianos, right? And look for the comment that says CCC, classic cowboy cliche. And you'll see that I actually pointed him into the direction that I pointed him to a video that I did which was like a Lone Ranger kind of arrangement. I don't recommend listening to it because it does sound bloody horrible, but the arrangement I did, I mean, it sounds actually horrible. Probably because I was still starting out. I was making music on my tablet at the time. It was bad. It was bad music because it sounded shit. Literally, it sounded shit. It was crappy sound fonts. It was like FL Studio quality. No offense to the people out there who use FL Studio, but the instrument quality is kind of bad unless, of course, it's unless, of course, it's a synth. Then in that case, fair enough. But for orchestral standards, it's bad. Anyway, so I pointed him into the direction of that, and he actually did comment on it. I think. No, I put a comment out saying, right at the time he was called Ravenclaw 14, right? So I commented on that, just saying, the Ravenclaw 14, I did it, yeah, proud. And then he replied being like, oh yeah, no, you did great, that kind of thing. Anyway, that was way before we exchanged Discords. We then eventually exchanged Discords, and let's just say we shared both of our we shared tracks with one another. And after that, what did I do? Well, the rest is history. I improved on orchestrating and all that, and then I then got my first ever composing gig, which, funny enough, is with a guy who's actually quite massive on YouTube. Well, okay, it might be a bit of an exaggeration, but search up Total Roblox Island Back from Below from a guy called Skeleton Slasher. I did a few episodes on that. I made music for a couple of episodes for it. I think of 3 episodes I did music for because I came into the thing very late. And this was back in 2021. After I did that, the rest is history. I met TGPS, and then I did Francisca the New Leader, which is my second? Was it my second? I can't remember, actually. Let me just... Hang on, I need to jog my memory a minute. Right, is there a way... Right, let me just open it in a new tab. Open link in new tab. Yeah, there we go. Let me just have a look. Because I want to see what my second one is. Because my first was Total Roblox Back from Below. Total Roblox Island, blah, blah, blah. Right, playlists. Because I made playlists for things. And I have a bloody good memory of, when I did what, when I remember it, of course. Yeah, so... Jesus Christ, actually, yeah. The first ever thing I did was Total Roblox Island Back from Below. That was when I was still editing videos on Power Director. Then I went to Francisca the New Leader, which I believe was my second one. Except this was my first feature length, which was I can't remember the runtime. I think it was an hour, if that, 90 minutes even, an hour and 30. I don't bloody know. And then my third, I mean, like I said, rest is history. I think yeah. Jesus, oh my God! I've I've done a lot actually over the past few years now that I'm thinking about it. Oh my god. You know, it went from me doing Total Roblox Island Back from Below. I didn't get like I got like some recognition for that, but it wasn't like full on. By the way, fun fact, if you compare my music now compared to like back then I was using a mix between like MuseScore 3 sound fonts, which sound like ass, and then like I then got somewhat. He's one of the guys in my Discord actually. He's on Discord. He's called Jinkies, but in actual, he also has the nickname of the guy with Note Performer. He used to run all the tracks through that for me because that at the time was somewhat really good for for what I was wanting to do. Obviously now I changed it. That was Francisca. When Francisca came round, Francisca the new leader came round. Josh, what's popping? Whoa! I'm just seeing him type in the chat. It's just whoa. Anyway, yeah. So look at I mean, compare everything. Like compare my music from Total Roblox Island to this. It's like, oh my lord, I have come a long way. Oh my god. Like, in actuality, I believe it were like when I did Francisca the new leader. That was when I first started getting into like the actual virtual instrument world for like Spitfire audio and things like that. That's when I first started dabbling into that. I look back now and I cringe because I didn't use the tools correctly. But other than that, technically, in a way, nothing's really like in terms of my workflow for it. Nothing's really changed. Well, apart from the fact that I now use MuseScore fully, and then I add stuff into Reaper, like extra bits, like oh, let's add a scary kind of sound. Let's do scary sound effects or what have you. Man, I really need to watch the stream on my laptop, then I can see when people are typing. I'm not good at that. Anyway, like I'm very, like I said, I'm a very bad streamer. I'm a very bad streamer. I just ramble and I don't even I just don't interact with chat. It's just like I ramble away. But I don't do it in the form of videos. But I don't like to do these long rambles in the form of videos because I know people have. I'm being subjected to this. My attention span is slowly shortening because I'm scrolling through Instagram shorts. This is not good. Anyway, what were I? Where was I? Oh yeah. So eventually, after all, I think it was a proper turning point. My music became like my music started to change when MuseScore 4 came along. That was a proper fucking game changer, let me tell you, because at the time, Muse Sounds had came out, the which is the orchestral library, or one of them because they have multiple now, and yeah, that came along, and I was like, oh my, that sounds beautiful. And I started using that. Oh, hold on. We got. Hold up, what are you scoring for? Is it like your personal thing or a new project or whatever? Do you mean currently? Do you mean currently? See, this is why I should always have my laptop with me. Then I can look at the comments as I like. Ah, right, yeah, currently. That's also one of the things I want to talk about, right? Because right, you may have seen, or you may not have seen, given where you see it, but Blue Sky, I posted a thing that was like, I composed a heart-wrenching score, which is something I want to cover actually, because I remember one time someone actually did ask me about how the bloody hell I managed to make music so emotional, which so it's a thing I can talk about. But anyway, so what I'm working on currently, which is my main goal. So I actually have two things I'm working on currently. Okay, 3, 4. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of everything. I have a few things going on, but I'm tackling them one at a time because again, taking this year slower. Right now my main focus is The Wolf and the Vixen. Which I have, technically speaking, just finished. Not fully, because we're putting a full fucking budget on it. We're making it even more high budget. If you want to know what The Wolf and the Vixen is, it's a short animated film that I shit you not, right? Despite apart from A Kitsune's Kiss, which is an animated series I'm working on, scoring, I mean, in terms of making music for. The Wolf and the Vixen will be my first full-blown animated short film. So it'll be like, oh, it's like, let's just say, because of the way I'm tackling it, it's going to be a tearjerker. Granted, I don't recommend just when I eventually release the track, like the full soundtrack for that, I don't recommend listening to it on its own. I recommend you watch the animation when it comes out. I can't exactly say when it's going to come out, but I recommend when The Wolf and the Vixen comes out, which is the thing I'm currently focusing on. That's what. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. That's basically what I was doing score prep for, because I have. This is a Noah first. You're hearing it here. You're hearing it first here. We're getting some musicians on it. By musicians, I mean 2. By a few, I mean 2. We've got someone playing guitar. We have someone playing the violin. I might get more musicians, but I don't know, because the deadline is kind of short. Actually, no, it ain't. Nah, actually, no, thinking about it, we are in March. And that it's to be done in June. Like, mid-June, when it, like, the deadline is. But I'm not, that's not when it comes out. No, that's not when it comes out. But, as I said, The Wolf and the Vixen is mainly what I'm focusing on. I was doing score prep for it earlier, which is why I was running so late. But trust me, right? As Christian Henson once said, samples make the hairs on your neck stand up. Real musicians make you cry. And he's right. That's a quote that I heard him say multiple times. And you know what? He's right. Like, it gives you the chills. Like, I was like, listen, if I was to release the mock-up here and now, which I'm not going to do because, well, you just don't do that. But if I was to like release the mock-up, you would get the chills listening to it, but you would not cry. I'd watched The Wolf and the Vixen animatic, and even part 1 of it. I was hyped for your music and can't wait to see everything unfold. Yeah, well, the story has changed slightly. Actually, no, slightly is a bit of a stretch. It's not just slightly, it's more. Without spoiling anything, the story has changed a lot. So what you see in the animatic is not the final thing. It's completely different for the thing. I can't spoil anything, because that's not my, that's, in my work of field, we're not, in being a composer for a project, my job is also to literally not leak anything. I can't leak anything, like, about it. But let's just say it is slightly different. It is different. Also, I have, where's this ping coming from? Oh, of course, it's from a server. I mean, or should I know? Anyway, yeah. So the final draft for the music is gonna sound. It's very different from, like, the first draft which you heard. That's why I called it a first draft for the video, just in case things just change. Like, okay, without spoiling anything, the animatic, right, in the animatic, there's one part in particular which has, like, scary as fuck music, right? It has music which is bloody scary, and let's just say in the final version, it was totally inappropriate. So I had to go back in and rewrite everything. This is why I'm glad I called it a first draft. But I'll tell you one thing, right? If you do ever decide you want to do my work of field, whatever, I don't know. But if you want to do what I do, that couldn't have buffered at a more perfect time. Anyway, never do what I do, which is do it in one file. That's just my word of advice. Because if there's one change, like in The Wolf and the Vixen, it's a lot of editing. It is a shit ton of editing. But let's just, like I said, it was total. There was scary music, and a part that was more. Well, actually, I can't really say anything about that. That would be spoiling it. But let's just say the final thing is going to be more emotional. So yeah, between my data and also, oh Christ above, it's still buffering. Personally, I would love to see. There is I can't say anything about it, because if I say anything about it, it's just gonna spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, because that's not what I. That's literally one part of the job you do not want to do, otherwise you get fired for it. I don't, I don't want to. There is, let's just say there is some, like, interesting, like, I put in some, like, really interesting kind of effects in one part, but I again can't say anything about it. But it is, like, it is gonna be bloody good. I am excited to, like, present it, because it's going to have musicians. It's going to have a violinist doing both violin parts, and it's going to have a guitarist. Mainly because the guitar samples. Yeah, I'm just reading the chat then. Yeah, I know, the NDA. Well, here's the thing, right? I didn't, technically speaking, that burp was fucking embarrassing. Anyway, technically speaking, I didn't actually sign an NDA, but in my mind, I keep it, I like to keep things, when it comes to things like, why did my phone vibrate? What the bloody hell? Anyway, I like to keep things like this to myself. And the director, obviously, but so technically speaking, I don't have an NDA. So in a way, I could actually I could actually say, but I'm not going to, because in my mind I like to imagine that I have an NDA. It's kind of like a it's just a thing that I do. So yeah. Musicians, because guitar samples, right? I would have used, like, a sampled guitar, but the problem with that is that it sounds fake as fuck. Faff. Oh, fucking hell, internet going brr. Oh, no, we're fine. But yeah, because it sounds so bad in terms of, like, sampled guitar, I thought, I gotta have someone play it for me, because this. I want it to be as high quality as possible. So, yeah. It's very rare when I get more than, like, one musician on a score appropriate. Because, again, I want this to be high quality, but also I want it to, like, be a proper tearjerker. I can't say anything, as I have been saying, can't say anything about it, but I want it to be a real tearjerker. So, yeah. I might also get musicians for Sounds of Steam, which is my steampunk album I'm currently making, but I don't know. Play. So now I have everything. I have all the new sounds that I require. I'm keeping solo strings as muse strings because, one, they're free, and two, in my opinion, they sound bloody gorgeous. And it's the same for the choir. I'm not buying another choir because I already have Muse choir, which is bloody. It is amazing. It has an almost Danny Elfman like quality to it. And if you're wondering what that sounds like, just search up Danny Elfman Ice Dance, and you'll see. That's how beautiful we're talking. It's like, it feels gothic. It's almost gothic. Anyway, water time, because I've been talking for like oh, my phone nearly slided. I've been talking for almost an hour. Oh, there we go. That's my daily dose of water for the day. Nah, don't worry, I hydrate more than that. But yeah. So what else? Oh yeah. Like I said, I've completed my entire template. I'm not gonna get anything more apart unless it's like horror effects, because I do need, just call it like a N I could make it like a not for real. That's too much work, in all honesty. But I do need more effects though. I'm hoping soon. This is random, but I'm hoping very soon I'll be able to eventually get my hands on something called Spitfire Audio Albion Legacy, right? I'm planning on getting that because that has a couple of FX based things. Mainly for the strings, because I like effects for strings. They sound particularly horrifying. Anyway, once we have that, and I'm pretty much all set, you know. What the bloody hell? Where's my phone? Stop vibrating! Excuse the phone vibrating. It just so happens to do that with Discord. I don't know why, because I've got my laptop on, so I don't know why it's doing that. Right, one thing, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go on mute for a minute or something. I'll be right back. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, right, there we go. My internet decided to be a bit of a wanker then. But it's alright. I'll just reset my. Anyway, what was I? Oh, we're just gonna roll with my data because it isn't running very well. Okay, anyway. We're running the entire stream off my data. Good fucking god. Imagine what it's going to be like on my laptop. Oh god. Because it turns out Prism, you can actually get Prism on laptop, and if I was to do that, it'd probably go wrong. Because my internet is weak. At least in this room it is weak anyway. But it's okay. So, actually, yeah. So, sounds like I said. What was I going to say? I might feature more musicians on Sounds of Steam. I don't know. We'll just have to say. Anyway, it's not real. Oh yeah, no. that was what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about emotion because I was just talking about the Wolf and the Vixen and emotion and all that. Because here's the thing, right? When was it? It was like a few months ago. It might even been last year or something. I can't remember, but someone asked me that they'd be curious to see how I do how I incorporate, how I make music like emotional and things like that. I would try and find the actual comment, but again, it was like over a year ago, and it's just, well, I won't be able to get it because, yeah. So I'm gonna treat it as if I've been asked it. You know, how do I create emotion? And really, my question towards that is, you know, if you someone asks me, oh, how do you make something emotional? How do you make something sound emotional? My question would be, what's emotional to you? What do you find the most emotional? Right? If there's a track out there that you find emotional, that make that makes you weep, which sounds odd because like there's not a lot of music out there that can make you weep or like cry or anything. But if there's ever if there's like a track that makes you cry, right? It's a case of when you when you recognize that that specific song or whatever is making you cry, what about it is making you cry, right? That's the kind of thing that I incorporate into my pieces. At least the emotional ones, like The Wolf and the Vixen, for example, which you're going to hear eventually. Might put up like a little score preview for that later on. Later on, I don't know when that's going to be, but you know, in my humble opinion, it's just how do you look for how do you create emotion? Look at the things that make you feel emotional, and you know, whatever song makes you feel emotional, look at the instrumental for that or whatever if you can, and not analyze it because, well, yeah, analyze it. You know, if you're analyzing it, if you analyze what's going on in the track, you can then go, oh, that's how they're doing that. And it's even better if you actually have the sheet music for it, because then you can bump it into you can like chuck it into something like MuseScore, and you can copy out the notes for yourself, mainly for studying purposes, right? And then when you do that, you can yeah. So yeah, that's how I tend to like make emotional tracks. I usually just look at what makes me emotional, and I basically try and imitate it, but obviously not full blown copy it because that's plagiarism. So it's like you grab the idea that they have, but just turn it on its head. By that I mean completely play around with it. So yeah, that's kind of my way of making emotional music. It's even better when you get real musicians on it as well, like what I'm doing for The Wolf and the Vixen. But yeah, anyway, since it is nearly 12 midnight, since it's nearly midnight, I am going to end the stream. Mainly so then I can make myself a cup of coffee. I know, shocking it. Yes, phone, I am aware that it's on low battery. Calm yourself. Anyway. So yeah, despite the fact that it's 12 a.m., nearly 12 a.m., and I'm going to go make a coffee, which will keep me awake, I'm actually going to end the stream because it is nearly midnight. So yeah, for the people who have tuned in, thank you. I didn't really get enough questions to really do like a full-blown Q&A thing, so I kind of just rambled away. But it's like a little podcast for you listening. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna end the stream. Frankly, mainly so then I can finish off the score prep that I was doing, because I still haven't finished it yet, because I've been streaming. So, have a good evening, or afternoon. It should be evening over there, in EST time, I'm pretty sure. So, have a good evening, or morning if you've just woken up, or anything else. And yeah, whenever I next upload, will be whenever I next upload. Expect a second video, like a second channel video eventually. And then also, yeah, I may also do like a video going over how I made the Wolf and the Vixen soundtrack, but I don't know, we'll just have to see. Anyway, have a good evening, or afternoon, or anything like that, and I'll catch you on the next one. So, yeah, thank you for joining, and yeah, I'll catch you later.